table, we move on to Miller, then Tuesday we got us a panel.
Straight up.
Lights is down, we dance around, it's gonna be too much to handle.
Straight up.
Thursday is free,
Yeah.
there's nothing to see,
Yeah.
so cut us some slack
Yeah.
like a channel.
Yeah.
Spin fire.
Hello and welcome to the HSA podcast. My name is Abhay Ram. I'm the media chair and host of this podcast. Joining me today is Jigar Patel, who also happens to be the president of the Hindu Students Association. Jigar Patel, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, dude. I'm really excited for this new series.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool that we can start off this podcast series with our president.
Mm-hmm.
And just to give first-time listeners an idea of what the podcast is, we created this HSA podcast to showcase our members and sort of highlight the diversity that exists within HSA. Because HSA is not a monolith, you know. We have a lot of diverse people within it, and we want to highlight that. So, getting right into it, Jigar, what made you join HSA?
Oh, man. All right. I actually answer this question a lot. But basically, I have an older cousin. His name's Jigar Patel. He's 8 years older than me, and he graduated 8 years ago. And so he was in HSA whenever he was in college, and he was also president of HSA back then.
Okay.
And so whenever I got to UT, he was like, do whatever you want, but like check out HSA no matter what. And so then like during the info session, the first thing I did was go to HSA, and then from there, I mean, the people were welcoming, and I mean, I made great friends and just felt like a family. So
Yeah. You initially
started there.
Also tried out for some dance teams, right?
Yeah, I did. I tried out for. Well, I went to the workshops for a lot of the dance teams on campus. I won't name names. I went to the workshops for a lot of them, and then I tried out for DSD actually. But I'm not on DSD, so.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think you made the better work choice
Oh.
in long term.
No, I don't know about that. No, I love DSD.
But we love that you're here.
Yeah, we love DSD.
Yeah. So, moving forward, sort of, what experiences relating to like Hinduism and Hindu culture did you have growing up? How much were you exposed to that growing up?
Yeah, so for me it was a little bit different because I'm Swaminarayan, for those of you who don't know, you know. And I'm a specific sect of Swaminarayan. And I know you might have heard of Swaminarayan or like BAPS. I'm a different sect. And so growing up, our temple was like 40 minutes away, but we went like every week. And so we have a really tight-knit like mandir, or temple community. And so a lot of the Hinduism that I was exposed to was the concepts are the same, right?
Yeah.
A lot of the principles are the same, but a lot of the direct base knowledge that I got was Swaminarayan, rather than general Hinduism. So a lot of it I was exposed to as Swaminarayan, and then when I came to UT, I kind of realized how much more diverse Hinduism was, because I kind of thought it was more or less just like things that are similar to what is taught in Swaminarayan.
Yeah, for sure.
But that's not true at all.
Actually, yeah, I didn't know much about Swaminarayan at all until I came to UT.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about like
met a lot
Chinmaya
of-
mission or anything like
because
that before I come.
It's Gujaratis are predominantly.
Yeah,
Hindus, right?
yeah. So Swaminarayan, yeah.
I met more
Swaminarayan and
lot more
Gujarati
Gujarati
are
people
like
here.
this,
Yeah, for sure.
Shout out
So-
to the Gujaratis.
So, moving on, what has been your favorite experience in HSA so far?
My favorite experience?
Yeah, I know it's a tough one.
It is a
but-
tough one. There has to be one.
Okay, I can start off simpler. What would you say is your favorite event out of our
Okay,
six?
my favorite. Okay, so top two for me are always Holi and Navaratri. And I think a lot of people would agree with that as well. I mean, I'm Gujarati, and so Garba and Navaratri is always important to me. It's Garba season right now.
Yeah.
But I think Holi, just the scale of the event, and it's kind of our like everything what we lead up to in the year leads up to Holi. So, and it's the biggest event we throw, and it's kind of, to me, it's the most exciting. So I would say Holi. And actually, I can answer the other question now. My favorite experience is some of you know, some of my friends know, but we have a holy cow.
Yeah.
Every year at Holi, and so somebody dresses up in the cow costume and dances. And so my favorite experience, 2 years ago, it was very hot at Holi, and I was in the cow costume from 2:30 to 3, which is right after the rung drop prime time.
Oh God.
And I was ready to get in there, start dancing. It was hot though.
Yeah.
And so I was literally like dying in there, but I was lit.
Oh yeah. You gotta be. I remember
Oh yeah.
Westmall Rally too. You got into that suit.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You were busting out some
I
dance
was
moves.
busting some moves, man. You gotta. When you're in the suit, you just transform, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So you've been in HSA since you were a freshman, right? And
That's
then you
correct.
joined core your sophomore year.
Yeah, so I was in HSA for 3 semesters before I was fully a core member, yeah.
Cool. And in all that time, what would you say you've gained the most from HSA in terms of growth or experiences, skills, if there's anything? Because we do a lot of different things in HSA.
Yeah,
right?
we do a lot.
And we take on a lot of different roles throughout our time. So
I think it's definitely like, I mean, you learn a lot of, I mean, this is going to sound kind of like business aspect. You learn you learn a lot of project management.
Oh yeah.
Through HSA, whether that be like directing events or just any task that you take on.
Yeah.
And so I think being a member, you get exposed to everything, which is great.
Yeah.
But once you join core, you see the other like 80%, everything that goes on behind the scenes, and there's so much of it, and you don't really realize. I didn't realize that until I became a core member, and it was kind of my first core meeting. I was like, whoa, this is a lot.
Yeah.
So it's like being able to balance all of the small tasks and everything, and like there's so many small things that you have to do to go into like a big event, for example, and it's being able to manage all of those, I would say. Yeah.
So you were a co-chair of Navaratri last year,
That's
along
right.
with Mansi Gatani.
Shout out Monsi.
Yeah, for sure. And you, that was your first event that you co-chaired.
Yeah,
right?
it was.
And so was co-chairing an event like what you expected it to be, or was it kind of, were there elements that were surprising to you?
It was a little bit of both, I would say. I think everyone knows, for us, like one of the most difficult things that we talk about as core is getting funding for our events, and without funding, there's no events. And so I was prepared in a way of knowing what funding was going to be like, but I didn't realize just how much time of event planning is dedicated to purely funding. I would say, because we plan our events months in advance, like 5-6 months in advance, and so for those first 3-4 months, you're not planning the small details. You're not planning the logistics. You're doing funding applications. You're submitting like essays essentially. But yeah, me and Monsi worked through that. We were both first time chairs, so it was kind of fun having somebody else who was there. And
you guys could navigate that together.
Yeah, exactly.
And then what would you say was the biggest obstacle during that event? And then what would you say was the most successful element of that event?
I think the biggest obstacle for any Navaratri, and if you've attended UT Garba, you kind of know, is always trying to get people into the gym during Garba. The event, we have IST is a real thing. We know that. But the people go into the gym once Dandiya starts. So getting people to like start Garba lines is tough. And we knew that going in from previous years. It's always a challenge.
And we're always like, DSD, come on, show them how to do it.
Yeah.
And it just still never.
And what was the second question?
The most successful element.
The most successful element. Okay, yeah. So, we went, and this is not just me and Monsi, and all of HSA went ham in publicity all of last year, especially you. So, hey, shout out to Ope. Our publicity game was.
Oh, the Lime video.
Very much up. Yeah, if you guys remember the Lime video, that was the start of our year of madness of videos. And so that publicity directly translated to our attendance to the event, because we actually had a record-breaking attendance, which was 1,450 people at Navaratri 2018. So hopefully we can break that this year, but it was a huge thing. Awesome. So super proud of that.
Cool. So then I guess that's good for the HSA portion of the podcast. Now moving on to just general interests and learning more about you as a person. You are a chemical engineer. You knew this was coming.
Yeah. I'm a chemical engineering. Like? Oh man. All right. If you guys know any chemical engineers, you kind of know what it's like. But if you don't, so I mean, chemical engineering's great for some things. So it's great in how diverse the applications are.
Yeah.
You can really do anything as a chemie, and if you know chemies, you know they're kind of doing everything. There's like a chemie. I challenge you guys to do this, but like there's a chemie in almost like every Oregon campus. That's not exactly true, but more or less. We're everywhere. Yeah. We do so many things, and that like it's the type of people that we are too. But I love the Makeda Department of Chemical Engineering. I would just like to say that. But sometimes it may seem like the work that we're doing over the 4 years is meant for working in like the 1960s. It's kind of antiquated, because I think like what we learn in school and what I mean, obviously the principles of chemical engineering are being taught, and those are applied in industry.
Yeah.
But the work that we do in school and the work that we do at work
Yeah.
are completely different. We're not solving equations at work. We have like we have computers to do that for
Yeah.
us. We're not doing the nitty gritty equations, calculating, none of that.
Yeah.
But in school we are. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, but chemie.
Yeah. And then Cockrell in general, or just engineering in general, what would you say the atmosphere of like the engineering school in general is?
Yeah, it's definitely competitive,
Okay.
which is a good thing in some ways and not a good thing in other regards. Chemie especially, I would say Chemie and EE are probably two of them, and BME, sorry, shout out Ajay. BME are also, Chemie, EE, and BME I would say are the most competitive.
Okay.
And so like once, obviously it motivates you more. But some days when you're just having a bad day and you're walking through the halls of the CPE,
Oh man.
yeah,
Not a very pretty building. Is it?
it's not a pretty building. It's not. It's not. I could do without it some days.
So on one of those sad days, what would you say is shuffling through your Spotify, keeping you going?
That's a good question. Actually, it's very relevant too because on 2 days ago,
Yeah.
I took a reactor design class.
I'll act like I know what that is.
Yeah, that's fine. It's a chemical engineering class. Anyway, the test was hard to say the least.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, it was a night test too, so like after like the night depression
Yeah.
after the test.
Oh
ooh.
my god.
Yeah. So that night, I was shuffling through my phone. So I play a lot of So my favorite artist is Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
And he has such a wide range of music as well, and a lot of it explores like the darker side of himself, and he's very introspective.
Yeah.
So it's kind of bad, but I listened to a lot of that after I failed the test. Yeah. So I was listening to a lot of his Untitled, Unmastered album. Yeah, he has a lot, and then like snippets, just like demonstrating his creative versatility. But I think two of my favorite songs off that, three I would say, Untitled 02, Untitled 05, and Untitled 08.
Great titles.
Great titles.
What would you say is your favorite album in his discography?
Oh,
That's a tough question.
no, it's a tough question. I've changed my answer, and I'll change it again.
Yes.
So it used to be Damn, purely because I knew it's not his best album. I think that's universally agreed. It's not his best album. But it used to be just because that was the first album that I listened to, first track to last track, sitting down,
Yeah.
just like that. So I was just in the zone. But over time, and kind of the replay value of Damn is not that high.
Yeah.
But To Pimp a Butterfly, for those of you who know, one of the most critically acclaimed albums of all time.
For sure.
And it's so worth it. The first two times, I'm not gonna lie, went way over my head. I was like, this is kind of cool, but I'm gonna talk a lot about this. It was kind of cool, but it's not for me. But the more you listen to it, the more layers of the album you actually uncover, and it's so deep. Actually, it sounds kind of weird, but there's so much to uncover actually. And like the first time you listen to it, you're scratching the surface of what's there. And even what has grown on me is like there's a lot of jazz and funk elements in the album. Like Thundercat, Bilal are in there.
Yeah.
And a lot of the older hip hop heads. And so I also took jazz appreciation at UT.
Yeah. Was it an easy A?
More or less, yeah. More or less. Sarago.
Yeah.
Sarago. But yeah, and just having that and kind of like the one application of that class that I kind of found myself like, oh, I kind of recognize some of the elements was this album, and I grew more in appreciating the jazzy and the funk elements.
Nice.
And so now 100% To Pimp a Butterfly is insane.
Would you say it's also your favorite album then?
Yeah,
pretty much?
favorite album of all
Because he's
time.
your favorite artist.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Awesome. So would you say you're also a sports fan in general?
Yeah, very big sports
What
fan.
is your favorite sport?
Okay, so I like pretty much all sports. I can watch any sport minus NASCAR. I can't do it. My favorite sport, and this is the one I played the most growing up too, is football. American football.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. It's bad too because I know like nobody wants their kid to play football anymore.
Yeah.
It's such a dangerous sport. It sucks, but there's just something about it, man. I can't. You have to watch it. It's like Texas football as well, right? Like we know the dangers of playing football.
Yeah.
And that's why a lot of people are having their kids play basketball now.
Yeah.
But
It's like ingrained in the culture.
it is.
Right?
It is.
Like
It's
American.
ingrained. It is. It's
inherently
Texan
American.
too. It
Yeah.
is. Yeah, it has to be football. I can't get away from it.
And your favorite teams for football?
Dallas Cowboys. I'm from Dallas. I'm from Carrollton, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, big ups to Carrollton, Texas. If you guys don't know where that is, you should.
And then the Longhorns, I'm guessing.
Yeah, and of course the Longhorns. Yeah, so
And you're also
big
a
Cowboys
basketball fan?
Yeah, I'm a basketball fan. Any Dallas sports team for the most part when it comes to domestic sports.
And which sport would you say are the best at playing?
Football.
Football too?
Yeah,
Awesome.
football. Yeah.
But you've done a lot of different. You know, you were on the soccer IM team.
Yeah. I've done a lot, and like even I never really like was too active, I would say, other than playing sports throughout middle school and high school. But when I got to college, and like I just became more active in general. So I've been playing. We play volleyball for HSA.
Yeah.
I play outdoor soccer with some of my buddies. Shout out Pathetico Madrid. Hey, we'll get him next time. So yeah, I play soccer, volleyball, basketball. Of course, we play a lot of basketball.
Yeah.
And actually, I just joined a flag football team for
Oh.
IM. Yeah.
Like a UT?
No.
okay.
It's IMs too.
Oh,
It's
okay,
IMs.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. But I
Nice.
joined a flag football, so I'll be doing 4 sports this semester. It's senior year. You got to do something, you know.
Back to the music, actually, because I realized I had another question.
Mm-hmm.
When would you say your music taste first developed? So when did you start like
Oh,
actively
no,
listening
that's
to
that's a
music?
great question. So for me, it was a lot different because it may sound weird, but I never really listened to music up until junior year of high school.
Wow, that's
like
pretty
I never
late,
really
yeah.
like developed my own taste. One, I would listen to. I mean, if something was on the radio, I would listen to it.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is the case for some of you. When I was like going to school and stuff, like
Mm-hmm.
when my dad or mom was driving me to school, I would listen to Fun Asia radio.
Yeah.
Dallas,
Wait,
Texas.
what?
Yeah, Fun Asia. It's just like the brown radio network
Oh.
with the stuff. So
I
it'd be
don't
like
remember
Bollywood
what-
music
yeah.
on there. Yeah. So I listened to like Bollywood, I guess, growing up, but just like radio Bollywood and
Yeah.
radio American music. But until junior year of high school, that's when I started developing it. And it really started with I always like wanted when I heard hip hop,
Yeah.
rap, R&B, that's my taste more or less. When I heard that, I always wanted to listen to more of it, but
Yeah.
I never really did. And then my first artist, and this is kind of what brought me in.
Yeah.
And then I would listen to artists when I first started out. I started to listen to Childish Gambino. Donald Glover, I love you so much. Yeah, so it all
What
started.
can't he do, right?
I literally he can't do anything wrong. So my first artist, I guess more or less, was
Yeah.
Childish Gambino, and then that led me into J. Cole eventually. So I would
Yeah.
listen to artists, right? So I would listen to all of their good songs, and then I listened
Yeah.
to all of J. Cole's good songs, and then from there I kind of split between a couple different. But then third or fourth, I found Kendrick, and at the time I don't think I appreciated him as much as I do now.
Yeah.
Clearly. But yeah, that's kind of how it started.
When did you go to your first concert then? If you've been.
I haven't been to. Yeah,
You have not been
it's
to.
crazy.
You're a senior. We're making it happen.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
insane.
we'll do something. So I was gonna go to ACL doesn't count, or like music festivals
Sure,
don't count.
okay.
But I went to an A.R. Rahman concert
That
when I was
doesn't count
in
either.
middle school. My parents dragged me along. It was cool. It was
Yeah.
nice. It was a nice concert, but it wasn't mine.
Yeah.
So it's bad, but I need my first one to be a Kendrick Lamar concert.
That's totally fair.
I need to. And when when he was on tour for
Yeah.
Damn, I was going to, but I think I couldn't.
Oh.
Like some scheduling conflict.
Yeah.
So next album, I guess I have to wait. But it'll be a Kendrick concert, my first one. And
Yeah,
I was gonna go to Daniel Caesar.
Yeah, I didn't even know he
a
was here.
couple
And then I
weeks
saw
ago.
like
Yeah,
Instagram
and tickets were
stories.
super cheap.
Yeah.
But then it's so dumb. I should have gone.
Yeah.
But it's that principle in my head. I was like, I have to go to a Kendrick one.
Actually, my first concert was my sophomore year of high school.
Mm.
I just gotten my license, and then my parents had to go to India for
Hey, good timing.
actually no junior year of high school.
Things are aligning.
Just got my license. Parents had to go to India for I think some family stuff. So I just drove to downtown Chicago and saw Logic live for the first time.
Oh my
And
god!
that
I didn't even
was-
talk about Logic. We have a bunch of Logic stuff here. There's Supermarket,
Yeah.
Everybody, and Young Sinatra 4. My first. I guess I told you I listened to Childish Gambino and J. Cole, but and around that time is whenever the Incredible True Story
Yeah,
dropped.
that was my first.
And
Yeah.
I listened to that album all the way down,
Oh
and
my
it was
God.
just so like refreshing to hear his rapping.
Yeah.
And then from there,
And it was so like thematic, you know. So
yeah.
especially When I saw that concert, the whole like space theme was on full display.
And that's when I started following him on Twitter and Instagram, and then like he posts a lot of his concerts online.
Yeah, for sure.
And it was crazy. So Logic has a lot to do with it as well.
Now a pretty broad question.
Yeah.
You're a senior now, so you've seen 3 good years of UT.
Good. Yeah.
What would you say has been a standout experience, HSA or not? Probably not HSA, just in general of college.
Standout experience.
Like a most memorable experience.
Yeah.
Or even a little more specific, like what has been your what element of Austin has been the coolest to you? Just being in this city.
Yeah, no, Austin, well, before I get to that, I'll kind of stall for myself a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
Austin is like the place to be. You guys know it, you're here. Austin is the place to be, man.
Yeah.
It's like almost like the perfect city in Texas.
Yeah.
Like Dallas is cool. I've never been to Houston, never will be. No, but Austin has everything you want, right?
Yeah.
And it's perfect for like young people like
Yeah.
us. It really is. What's my favorite part of Austin? The culture is a boring answer. There's just so much to do, man.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
I can speak to mine a little bit
Yeah,
because
go
I know
ahead.
I came from Chicago
Yeah,
suburbs,
yeah.
right? So my choice kind of came down to like University of Illinois or University of Texas.
Of Texas,
Austin.
yeah.
And they're comparable academically. I can't make like a direct judgment, but they're both, good state schools
Right,
in
yeah.
their respective states. But the atmosphere of Austin,
yeah.
it's so environmentally conscious. Nature's present everywhere, right? U of I mean, no disrespect to all my friends at U of I, but it's surrounded by cornfields and it's flat. It's like the vibe I just felt too Illinois.
No, I know, yeah.
So-
And whenever I was applying for colleges, I kind of knew I wanted to go to UT, but
Yeah.
it was after I took my college tour here. Just like being on the campus that one tour, it was like solidified right there.
Yeah, because
like, just the atmosphere is crazy.
I didn't even
Campus
get an
is
official
crazy.
tour. I came during winter break and just saw it.
Oh, you just saw it
And-
organically?
yeah,
That's
and it
kind of
was-
nice too.
And
Yeah.
the nice thing was it was December, right?
Yeah.
But the weather was so nice
Yeah.
comparative to what was back home. So I remember just really enjoying walking down Speedway, empty, good weather.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
this is a good school to be at.
Oh yeah, 100%. I would say. I'm trying to. Yeah.
Austin, favorite thing about
Yeah.
Austin.
well,
It's
favorite
a tough
thing-
question.
There's
for
so
sure.
much, man. And
Yeah.
I mean, there's Zilker. I can name places if you
Yeah.
want. Zilker 360. We've had a lot of HSA memories at 360.
Yeah, for sure.
Sad
They
that it's
closed it
kind of
off,
closed
yeah.
off now, but a lot of late nights there.
Oh yeah,
3 a.m.s.
a lot of sad boy hours.
A lot of sad hours. Introspective hours.
For sure.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to talk about? Any interests in particular?
I don't even know, man. I just thought about like when we were talking about 360. I started thinking about Interstellar again
Yeah.
because.
Oh, yeah, you-
Because
yes,
it was,
go ahead.
It was me.
Go ahead.
So whenever we'd go to 360 at odd hours for my early years of college.
Yeah.
So like 3 a.m.
Don't explain 360 for anyone. Who
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
know.
Let me explain it. Sorry. So 360 Outlooker, the bridge over
Yeah, right.
360 Highway or whatever that capital of Texas Highway.
Mm-hmm.
It's an overlook, and it there's a river there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know which river. I probably should know. I don't know which river. Sorry.
Colorado.
Anyway, it's a great view. Yeah, you get to see like all of Austin, the
Yeah.
skyline included in the back,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like super peaceful. It's like a small hike to get up there.
Yeah.
But what we would always do is just chill there late hours, and we would listen to music, and we would kind of just sit in silence and
Yeah.
like leave ourselves to our own thoughts,
Yeah.
which is really nice. And so, when you were out there, I mean, people would like be like, "Hey, play this song next."
Yeah.
That would be like the only talking that would happen.
Yeah.
So then I pushed for the Interstellar soundtrack. And Interstellar, for those who don't know, is the greatest movie of all time.
I'm sold now. When I first saw it, I was like, "What is happening?"
It's
But-
just it's an experience, man. And like I will never like the first time I watched Interstellar and it was in my room. The best way to watch movies, ladies and gentlemen, is to first of all illegally torrent it, and then lock yourself in your room, lights off, everything off, just you, the movie, headphones, nothing else. And that's how I watched it.
Yes, this
And
is by the way
all-
the antisocial way to watch a
That's the
movie, but still a good
In
way.
theaters is great too, but if not, I would recommend this way. Yeah, so it's so immersive and it's just like such a complete circle. Oh my God.
Yeah,
I can't. Okay, anyway, and Matthew McConaughey.
we love
Matthew.
UT King. Matthew McConaughey.
Matthew McConaughey, my man. Shout out to my favorite role, by the way. I'm just gonna talk as I
Yeah,
will
go
now. His best role was in True Detective.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh God. That
Yeah,
season.
Russ Cole. Season 1, True Detective. Watch it. It's like a mini series. Super short. Watch it. It's great. What was I talking about? Interstellar. Yeah.
Yes.
So at 360, I pushed for the Interstellar soundtrack, and we listened to that for a long time. and it just hits you in different ways.
Actually, that's a
Hans
good
Zimmer's
segue.
great. Yeah, Hans Zimmer. Any Hans Zimmer soundtrack is great.
What is your favorite movie?
Interstellar.
Interstellar?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought there might be a different answer.
No. That's a good one.
And then favorite actor or actress?
It's Matthew McConaughey for actor. I know it's so basic.
That's totally fine.
I played all my cards now. There's nothing there. My favorite actress. There's a lot of good ones.
Yeah.
I like Cate Blanchett a lot, actually. Margot Robbie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I mean, Margot Robbie is relatively new, but I don't think she has any like super stand-up performances. I mean, I can talk about like TV shows, I guess, but if you guys had like my two favorite TV shows was Game of Thrones. I won't talk about Game of Thrones extensively. Season 8.
So sad that we need the past tense.
Yeah, we have the Night King here at least with us.
Yeah.
And then Westworld. If you guys haven't seen Westworld, the
new season's coming.
I was gonna talk about Evan Rachel Wood and oh my god, her name's escaping me. But whoever plays Maeve, yeah.
Name's escaping me too.
Thandi Newton.
Yes.
Thandi Newton. Yeah, they're great in Westworld. They're insane, and the next season's coming out pretty soon.
Yeah,
with
it's got Aaron Paul from Breaking Bad.
It's crazy.
That's
the
insane.
show just gets crazier, and first season is just like such a masterpiece.
Yeah.
It's very slow, but the way that I watched it twice, and when you watch it again,
then everything
no
starts,
spoilers, but like
it starts to click, right?
Every single line,
Yeah.
is so perfectly like calculated.
I feel like it's like we started here as a show, and then it's just slowly kind of expanding.
Yeah.
Right?
It doesn't like move in like a linear direction.
Yeah.
It kind of expands. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's all the time we
Yeah.
have. But thank you so much for joining us, Jigar.
It was awesome.
Telling us about your interstellar addiction, I'd call it. I don't know. Love
addiction,
for.
maybe, yeah.
And your variety of sports playing, among other things. So is there anything else you want to leave us with? Closing thoughts?
I'm going to plug HSA, I guess. Hey, come out to Navaratri, October 18th. Come out to our meetings. And we have a lot of, if you guys haven't noticed, we have a lot of exciting things this year. I should be taking over the Instagram at some point too, so watch out for that. Document my day. And then watch out for these new series of podcasts. I think they'll be super interesting. You guys will get to know a lot more about the rest of Core, and everyone's so unique and can talk to themselves.
And we're hoping to release them fairly regularly and similar structure, talk about HSA kind of stuff at first and then just talk about who we are. So thank you for tuning in if you made it this far.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next time.
Yeah. Thank you.
We move on to Miller, then Tuesday we got us a panel.
Straight up.
Lights is down, we dance around, it's gonna be too much to handle.
Straight up.
Thursday is free, there's nothing to see, so cut us some slack like a channel. Spin fire like a candle, so much awareness, we're going viral.